Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do my full review on the Artisan Cutlery Small Arion. Now this is a White Mountain Knives exclusive knife, and what's exclusive about it is it's the small size, and it's a liner lock. I don't know if they're going to do liner lock budget versions of the full size. They might, but I think the small is the reason why it's a White Mountain Knives exclusive. They do have a titanium one that's a frame lock in this size coming out in November, I believe, at White Mountain Knives. I love White Mountain Knives. I am an affiliate with them, or I'm affiliated with them. I don't know how you say that. I have a code, Lefty10, Lefty 10, gets you 10% off your order. And if you're in the US, you also get free shipping. I did not know this knife existed. I forget now who told me about it, but I want to thank whoever that was. I'm sure I mentioned it in my unboxing. I love you, whoever you are. And now that I know about it, it just is, it makes so much sense to have made this. I do wish there was a medium size, and hopefully this is called the small, not the mini, so now they could do a medium, right? I think that this is a 3-inch blade, right? So you have, about a 7-inch knife, I'd say. I don't know, I'm not good at specs. But I wish it was 3.5 or 3.4, 3.3 to 3.5, whatever. Just a little bit more in the handle here, because I just fit on, right? So I guess we could jump into the review here. So you got AR RPM 9 steel, satin blade finish, almost a full flat grind on here. Very good stock, not super thin, but pretty thin. Thin behind the edge on that blade. You have the red coral micarta, I like to call it Merlot micarta, from Artisan. You have a deep carry clip that goes almost to the butt end of the knife. It does. It is not reversible, which is one downfall to this knife. You have a lanyard pin for you guys. You have a liner lock with absolutely fantastic action. I think this knife is sexy. I thought the full size was sexy. I just thought it was a little too big, and I thought it was a little too right-handed. I'm not a big fan of a large knife. So the full size is a 4-inch blade, right? So imagine this handle being stretched out to here, a little bit taller, right? And it's just all neutral. What I love about like the Leon Ma Field Duty at that 4-inch size is it has a finger choil. It has a little breakup to the handle. Whereas when you have a knife like this that's just one long neutral handle, it just seems weird to me. Unless you have a giant hand, then it works perfectly. So I get it. But for me personally, I prefer something that big to have kind of a choil to break it up. Anyway, we're talking about this knife. So I love it. Ergos just fits. So it does work, right? But I don't land on the jimping here, and I kind of wish there was a choil, just the way it's built. If this was 3.3 inches and I had an extra little, space here, then I think it would feel way better, and I would be back here right up on that jimping, and it would make more sense. But the ergos by themselves are really good. It does feel good in hand. I have control even though I'm not on the jimping, right? Cutting. So the cutting on this is interesting. It's very good. Shipping labels, fantastic. Paper, fantastic. But I have noticed a tendency for myself to, when I go through the cut, to come out of the cut easier than on other knives. I don't know why. It's not like there's a ton of belly. I don't know what it is, but I was cutting cardboard, paper, and I would kind of like slip out of the cut as I went through. Whereas I also had my quiet carry drift that day, same with today. And when I would cut through, I would kind of stay through the cut. But on this knife, I would cut through and kind of come out, and then come out of the cut early before I got to the end of the... I think that's me and my cutting skills. Not really the knife, but I do want to point that out because that was my experience. Ergos, cutting, carry, deep carry clip. Dude, it's another one of those home runs. In pocket, out of pocket, never feel it, never notice it, weighs nothing, couldn't weigh more than 3 ounces. Just perfect, right? Carries like a dream. Sounds. Not as good as others, but it's because it's a micarta build. Luckily, it has those steel liners, so it does have a little bit of a clack to it. It's satisfying, but not like overwhelmingly. So I'd say it's like a 6 out of 10, right? Action, guys. Oh, the liner lock is the reason I love this knife. Like I said, I like the full-size Arion, but it was a frame lock and it was right-handed, and it really, the only option you really get on this knife is a reverse flick. The thumb flick is hard. It's easier right-handed because you have a little bit of a cutout, so you can get in there and kind of flick it. It's still not like the easiest thing in the world, but it works. Left-handed, you can do it, but you have less room to get in there. See the cutout right here? You don't have that over here. So you kind of, it works, but not great. So you're basically reverse flicking it, which is fine. If you're gonna give me one method, it's gonna be the reverse flick. I'm fine with it. And this thing, it is so satisfying to flick, man. It just really is. He nailed it. This is a Cerberus design, by the way. He nailed it with this whole, yeah, I wish it was a little taller so I could maybe get a little more room, but God, it works so well. The closing action on this 3-inch knife is redonkulous. It's like one shake. It's so smooth. It's on these tiny little bearings. I did a disassembly, I believe, but it works so well. I have it Loctited to where it is. There's no blade play in any direction, up, down, side to side, and it just is so smooth. Guys, this knife is a home run. It's $74 at White Mountain Knives. It's an exclusive. Use my code and it's like 65 bucks shipped. And you get AR-RPM 9, which I love. I love that steel. Man, if you handed me a shit ton of AR-RPM 9 and said, this is what you get on every knife from now on forever, and you can't decide, right? I would take AR-RPM 9 forever. I would. I don't know what it is. I like it. It has a good, it finishes nicely. It's a powdered steel. Yeah, it doesn't have the greatest edge retention, but it works. It's got good corrosion resistance. I've never rusted it. And I just like it. Way better than D2, man. D2 just sucks. And people put it on every budget knife. Luckily, that's kind of over. But, you know, CJRB, Artisan, they're killing it with this AR-RPM 9. So, anyway, I love the steel. 70 bucks for that. Micarta, liner lock, deep carry clip. I mean, you really can't go wrong there, guys. This is my budget knife of the year currently. There is no other contender near it. The Riffle was he was holding the spot for a while. But the Riffle ain't got shit on the mini Arion, small Arion. Unless you have large hands, then like larger than me. I have large glove size hands. If you have like XL, 2XL, Riffle might be better. But other than that, this is the winner of 2021 budget knife of the year. So far, we're only in September. So that's it, guys. I love this knife. I can recommend it to everyone. I really can. Unless you have the huge hands, then go get the other one, the full size. Unless you're left-handed, then you're just fucked. I'm sorry. So you big Ophi lefties, I'm sorry. I feel your pain. I feel your pain. I love you guys. I really appreciate you letting me rant and rave as usual. Big shout out to White Mountain Knives for coming out with this exclusive. And hope you guys have a fantastic day. And I will catch you later.